Age of Empires 4 just completed its multiplayer stress test weekend, effectively giving an open beta to anyone curious about the game. If you did try it, you likely felt more than a bit of déjà vu, the sense that you've played this game before. Age of Empires 4 could have been called Age of Empires 2 Remastered, and many wouldn't have known the difference. The gaming press and YouTube are littered with underwhelmed reviewers who expected more in the vaguest sense of the word. And it is true that units are recruited the same way. Battles are of similar numbers, farms and gathering are unchanged, and even the resources and buildings work in a way that will be instantly familiar to returning players. But the game isn't identical. Advancing to the next age now requires you to build a landmark building, where you'll typically be given a choice between two options that lean into the unique gameplay style of your chosen faction. Though there are exceptions even to this, as the Abbasid dynasty has you upgrading a single building instead. It's a small alteration, but it drastically changes how the faction plays, and is just one example of how the game finds ways to tweak its formula and stay fresh for each culture. Some complain that the new minimalist UI breaks immersion, but as you're likely to play it sitting in an air-conditioned room and are not God himself looking down on the Middle Ages, this may be a bit overstated. Its styling of gold accent on dark blue background was on full display in the game's trailer, and puts you in the mind of a blueprint drawn from memories of the past, as you wistfully view man's progress through time. But while Age of Empires 4 plays it safe, staunchly prudent you might even say, it does so to continue the legacy of 20 years of multiplayer support for Age of Empires 2. Each decision here is meant to replicate the continued enjoyment of that online experience, and to help migrate those players to this new entry in the franchise. To put it another way, Age of Empires 4 is vanilla ice cream. There's nothing particularly exciting about it, but it all comes together in a way that reminds you how good a simple but well-made dessert can be. One of the downfalls of the RTS genre in the 2000s was the uncompromising pursuit of progress. The focus always seemed to be on experimentation and the need to set themselves apart from their competitors, while highlighting differences between the sequels of their own games. Think about the changes from Warhammer Dawn of War 1 to 3, Empire Earth 1 to 3, or even Age of Empires 1 to 3. Each focused increasingly on RPG elements and streamlined the gather, build, brawl gameplay loop of the RTS, pushing both the envelope and genre in a direction that left longtime players in the cold. Age of Empires 4 can be thought of as a course reset. Did you grow up playing the series? Great. Here's the game, but refined and with better models. New to the genre? Then why not cut your teeth on the best it has to offer? There's always room for a fantasy DLC down the line or an experimental mode to show off technical improvements. But at their core, humans and gamers gravitate towards the comfort of the familiar. There's a reason Call of Duty and Madden sell so many copies each year, yet change so little. Maybe an unassuming Age of Empires 4 is exactly what the RTS genre needs. With defined and interesting cultures who feel unique and are enjoyable to play in a stable multiplayer experience, using a UI that is clear and easy to read at a glance, while engaging with systems that are welcoming to a newcomer, yet challenging even for pros. Admittedly, these aren't carbon fiber turbocharged features, but the top-selling car in America for the last 44 years has been the Ford F-150. It's dependable, familiar, and gets the job done. And at the end of the day, that's what people really want. So when Age of Empires 4 releases, remember that it's part of a gaming tradition that goes back a quarter century. It won't reinvent the genre, but as it helped to create it in the first place, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Instead of worrying about what features will change, you can wonder about the new historical campaigns and cultures it will bring with it, and I look forward to discovering them with you. Or mercilessly woloing you if you touch my sheep. Thanks for watching.